Today we're going to learn how to record a sermon and upload it to the church's website. The way that we'll do this is by first opening up the Audacity program. You can get to that from the toolbar at the bottom of your screen or from the list of programs in your Start menu. We'll go ahead and launch it from the bottom toolbar. To save time, I've created folders for each week for each year and also the blank empty audio recording file within each of those folders, so you don't have to know how to name those or where to save them. So once we've opened up the Audacity program, you can go to the top menu where it says File and then click on Open, and then we'll want to find the correct folder. It will usually default to the previous week's folder that we were working in, so you may need to use the up arrow to get to the current year's folder and see the list of all the week's folders. In the demonstration, we're only seeing one that we've created here, and you can see that it's May 11th, 2014. So if we click on that folder, we'll see the audio file that's named the same inside. This is an empty file. We'll go ahead and open that up by double-clicking it, and then we can begin recording. The way that we would do that when the pastor is ready to start his sermon would be to click the red circle icon that will record the sermon. And as the sermon's recording, you'll see the audio bar here adding down the audio track. When the sermon is done, we can click the stop icon, that's the yellow square, and then we've successfully recorded the sermon. You may end up getting a little bit of intro music or closing music in the recording, and the way that you can remove that from the audio track is by listening. You can use your headphones to do that or use the soundboard system to listen to it. But if you need to trim a little bit of the audio, you can use your cursor down here to select bits of the audio. So if there's a little bit of intro music or an introduction that doesn't need to be in the sermon, you can select that here, click the delete key on your keyboard, and then you can also do that by scrolling over to the other end, finding which audio needs to be removed at the end and trimming that down by clicking the delete key also. Once you're satisfied that you've got everything where it needs to be, you can click File up at the top again, Save Project, which will save the project now with the trimmed final version of the sermon. Lastly, then we need to export the MP3 file that will upload to the server. This can be done by going back up to the File menu, clicking on Export from the list, and the window that will pop up will prompt you where you should save the MP3 file, and this will need to be in the same folder, so make sure it's up here, it's in the correct date folder. Again, this may default to the previous week's folder, and you can then navigate up to find the correct folder if you need to. Make sure that the MP3 file is dated the same in the file name. Click Save. Under Artist Name, we'll put the pastor's name. Under the track title, we'll put the name of the sermon, and that should be in the order of service list. For now, for our demonstration, we'll call it just sermon title. Click OK. And when we click OK, you just saw a flash of green there. That will actually, on your computer, prompt you for a refresh rate menu. I usually set it to about 1200, and then you can click OK. And once you do that, you'll see the little green status bar compressing the audio file. And this will take about a minute when you have about a 30-minute sermon. Once that's completed, you can close your Audacity program, and then we'll want to launch the FileZilla program. You can also find that down in the bottom toolbar or from the Start menu programs list. We'll use the icon down here. It's a little red icon that has the letters FZ on it. When you open that up, you can go up to the icons just below the File menu. There's a little drop down icon. If you click on that, you can click on Ledge Rock Church. This will connect you to the server. Once it's connected, you will see the list of MP3 files here in the podcast folder on the right hand side. And you should see on the left hand side a list of all the folders for the current year. For our demonstration, we're only seeing one here. and it's the May 11th folder. We'll double click on that. You'll then see the MP3 file here. It has the MP3 extension. We can click and hold the button down and drag over to the right hand side until you see the little plus symbol next to your cursor. Once you see that, go ahead and let go of your mouse button. That will begin the upload process. You'll see the status of that upload down at the bottom of your FileZilla program. When it's successfully completed, that status bar will go away, and that will indicate that the upload has been successful. Once that's completed, you can close out the FileZilla program, and you have successfully uploaded the latest sermon to the server. The additional steps will be to add that file then to the website's list of files. That can be done in another process which we won't go into today. Alright, thank you.